I'm Phoebe, I'm 26, I am from Nuneaton and I am a makeup artist. I specialise in bridal makeup and I have been primarily a bridal makeup artist for the past year and a half. I've also trained in special effects, face painting makeup, glam makeup, and all sorts really. I've also done a little bit of hair, but at this point in time I mainly just do bridal. I've always loved makeup. I used to steal my mum's makeup when I was a child, so I guess it sort of started there. But it really properly started when I left school at 16. I went to college in rugby and I did makeup for 2 years, and that's what really got me into it. So once I left college, I sort of had that thing of I have to get a job, I have to make money. So I actually ended up working for a bank full time. And to be honest with you, I absolutely hated it. It was probably the worst job I've ever had. I just don't suit office work. I feel trapped. I don't like looking at a screen all day. I just don't like that sort of work. So then I ended up leaving there, and I worked for Debenhams on a counter, which I really enjoyed, but unfortunately had to then leave that because of COVID. So then after that I was desperate for another job, so I went back to office work and I did that for about a year and a half before I realised, what am I doing? I cannot do this. So I ended up just thinking I have to work for myself. I just wanted to do the makeup. I don't want to sell products really, I just wanted to do the makeup.
Right. Is it on? Oh. Hello, I'm Phoebe's mum, Erica, and this is my pet dog Pepper, who is part of the family. And I'm here to talk about Phoebe and her very creative career she's in now as a makeup artist. She was always a creative child, very interested in sparkles, fashion, makeup, hair, colour, everything. Along with that though, also very scientific, because she was always making things, interested in the life around her, fascinated with bugs and life and trees and leaves and feathers. There was always a sculpture on the mantelpiece of maybe a stone and a feather glued together. So as she was growing up, she'd wear any fashion she wanted. She'd make mixtures of things. She didn't care what anybody else thought. A lot of children like to blend in or be part of the crowd. If she saw a turquoise hat and she wanted to wear it to school that day, she'd wear it, which I used to be very proud of, because it's sometimes quite hard to be an individual, to be looked at and to be different to everyone else, but she celebrated that.
I think regardless of what I do, my mum's always going to be a cheerleader. She's always, every time I'm doing something or every time I've achieved something, she's always hyping me up or helping me out and telling people about me, and I think by her positivity and support it pushes me further. But also I feel like because she's helped me so much and assists me on like wedding shows in the past and things like that, I feel like I couldn't do it almost without her. I feel like she has lots of great ideas, but also supports my ideas. So back in 2020, I started a YouTube channel. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I hope everything's going well for you in the new year. This is the colour that I have come out with. So it's quite like a brightish pink, but not too dark. That's the sort of colour that I wanted anyway. So I'm going to pop this on down and then you're going to see I'm blending that all over the skin. And I don't really need so much of that foundation anyway. So today I thought I would do something a little bit different, but I've been away and I feel like I've got so much to catch up on in terms of organising my kit. We're starting to get to when I did this, and I've got over where I put my ice blue colour, and I just wanted to add more, so I wanted to really organise my kit. So I thought I'd do a video and I'm using this as it's like a liner to give the extra bit of sparkle, neutral tones, and it's quite chunky. It's not over, that's really effective. So give that a bit of a mix, and then this is the finished look. So the makeup is on one side, boom, helping to the skin. So I just really love this whole vibe. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for Anyway, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one. I originally started this just because I had a lot of creative ideas and I wanted to share them online. I still love doing creative looks on there and having like that creative freedom. I feel like because it is just me that is doing the YouTube, I can do whatever I want. I'm still doing my YouTube channel now. I feel like I've definitely evolved as I've learnt more, as when I started it I hadn't worked on a makeup counter and I wasn't running my own business, so it was quite a simple what I knew makeup back then, whereas now I really enjoy teaching other people. I love making videos for other makeup artists and sort of saying what I do in my business to help them. My hobbies that I like to do, as well as like my makeup, I enjoy doing art. I like drawing, and I find, or even painting, anything art like based I really enjoy. General, like going out in the countryside, with obviously because I can take my dog with me, so it works quite well. Say if I've had a busy day doing bridal makeup, seeing my dog and taking my dog out for a walk is really nice because I'm inside a lot, so I get out, I get some fresh air. He always makes me so happy. He also loves makeup. Every time I get my makeup out, he's always smiling, he wants to be involved, he wants to sniff it and see what's going on. So he is my little happiness, and I think just getting home and seeing my little baby Dexter always makes me feel good after a hard day of work.
Yeah, when she was at college and learning the theatrical makeup, it was very creative, wonderful mask making, but also making herself look like she'd been in a terrible accident and hiding round corners or up the stairs and walking into the kitchen while I'm preparing tea, and I turn around and I see half her face hanging off like she'd been in a terrible accident, and it literally put me to the ground sometimes. It used to shock me so much, I used to fall over.
When I did create that zombie makeup look that I used to scare my mum, it involves a lot more work, it does take a bit longer, so there's a lot of sort of different stages depending on the look to special effects. I feel like it's definitely one that takes a lot longer per look. So now what we're going to do is create a little sort of cut effect on the face. I've got a few products here and showing you how to do a special effects cut. So I'm going to start off by always moving the hair out of the way so we don't get any product in the hair, taking off any makeup residue. So this helps to start off by lightly dragging it onto the skin, taking a little bit of moisturiser on the putty and just creating the cut effect. To do this I'm using what I'm doing now is I'm going to start creating a bruise-like effect. So I'm starting off with my bruise wheel. This has got a mixture of like blues, reds. I'm going to make the cut more red and then the bruise around. Now I'm adding blood paste. So this is like a deep red blood colour, but it's very thick. Between film makeup and bridal makeup, I think you can get away with being a little bit more soft and natural with bridal makeup, whereas film, it's such a precise sort of work. There are bits where to create cuts in the skin, you start off by using things like liquid latex, or like there's some sort of like paste you can use as well. It takes a lot of like building up and a bit of time. You have to put it on, let it dry, powder it, and then the same process over and over again. And then obviously add the fake blood there. There's minor details that you might not see until you close up, but they really make a difference. Like creating veins around the head, around the eyes. I used to use a really diluted blue to sort of create those veins. Whereas bridal tends to always be very much enhancing the bride's features and very much making them look like them. That's just a quick cut if you wanted a quick. It's not the best one, so I just wanted to. So coming up on the Saturday and Sunday, I have got a big makeup show which I do every year, sometimes twice a year, and this is based in Milton Keynes. Each year I like to push myself a little further, so I really want to get maybe 10 to 15 emails more than I did last time. I feel like the more emails I get, the more I can contact people and the more chance there is of having the success of a booking. So I really want to get those emails and also just try and speak to as many people at the show as possible and hand out as many flyers as possible. I think last time I did it, it was February 2024 and I got 24 emails. So I'm hoping for, I think a minimum of 30 would be good. I'm repacking my kit for the show tomorrow because I've got so much to carry, like show-wise, like decorating my stand. I don't want to take this big thing, so I'm going to try and condense it down into a little one. I'm cleaning my kit. I just did a busy day of weddings and I've got to do more makeup tomorrow, so I have to make sure that all of my kit is sanitised before I put it on someone else's face. I feel fine. It's my third time, I believe, doing it, so I've done it so many times that I feel quite confident about it. I'm excited to get it done and see how many bookings I get from it. So we're now at the Milton Keynes show and I've just set up my stall again for the second day. So to make it really inviting, I have pictures of the work I've done. I add little bits like flowers and fairy lights just to make it feel nice and inviting. And then at the front I've got brochures, so this is what people take away with them to have a read. It's got my website, my social media and my email on there. So that's pretty much what I've got. I've also got my banners. But they're just for people to view from far away. So yeah, I keep it quite simple and minimalistic, but I'd rather speak to customers and then tell them all about what I do as my job. So this is my stand. Amber here is actually modelling for the catwalk, which is happening at 12. So I've got a nice little deal with the show and I do the makeup for Amber on the catwalk. When I first met Amber, I asked her about skin type and in terms of skin tone, she's quite fair. So I work with her skin type to make sure that the products sit well on her skin. I also use colours that work well with her features, so her skin tone, and I think definitely when you meet someone and you do it in person rather than that initial consultation over the internet, the more you do it, the more you sort of know that face and you know what works for them.
But I've been working with Phoebe now for I think 3 years, or is it 4 now coming up?
I think it's about 3, this is my third.
3, yeah. I mean the day is crazy and I don't know what it's like for Phoebe having to do my makeup, but I think it's quite therapeutic just sitting here and being pampered. As Phoebe knows, I'm vegan, so that's one of the biggest things that I love about working with Phoebe is she really prioritises what I think is so important.
Yeah.
about the industry and how we can change it as well.
It's not essential that we test on animals, it's just greed because it's cheaper to do that. So I do not understand why we test on animals. I love animals so much, I just don't want them to be hurt. And I think with brands out there that are cruelty free, there's no reason why I'd choose to ever have a brand that wasn't. I love making people feel beautiful, but I don't believe in animals having to suffer for it. It just makes me feel better knowing that I'm making people look good without any suffering. And it's just something I've always strongly believed in.
It's just fantastic working with such lovely people like Phoebe.
I think it went well. I got lots of emails, which is good. I managed to network at the end, which I really liked as well. And I think that it's just another thing that I've done. I've put myself out there and I've done everything I can, so now I think it's just a lot of admin work and see the results. So I've got a lot of admin work planned for next week. If I could get 5, that would be like a normal sort of reasonable, achievable goal. So I'm hoping 5. If I got more than that, it would be a bonus, but even if I got 1, I'd be proud of myself.